Managing project risks is a crucial part of project management, and P6 Primavera offers several tools and features to help you identify, assess, and manage risks in your project. In this presentation, we'll take a look at the steps you need to take to manage project risks with P6 Primavera. The first step in managing project risks is to identify potential risks. This includes identifying potential threats to the project, such as schedule delays, budget overruns, resource constraints, and technical challenges. In P6 Primavera, you can use the risk view to identify and log risks in your project. Once you have identified potential risks, you need to assess the likelihood and impact of each risk. This involves analyzing the probability of the risk occurring and the potential consequences if it does. In P6 Primavera, you can use the risk assessment view to assess risks and assign a risk score based on their likelihood and impact. Based on the risk assessment, you need to plan appropriate responses to each risk. This involves developing contingency plans to mitigate the impact of each risk or avoid the risk altogether. In P6 Primavera, you can use the Risk Response Plan view to plan responses to each risk and assign responsibilities for executing those plans. Once you have identified and assessed risks and planned appropriate responses, you need to monitor and control risks throughout the project lifecycle. This involves tracking the progress of risk response plans and making adjustments as necessary. In P6 Primavera, you can use the Risk Register view to monitor and control risks in your project. Throughout the project, you need to analyze risks and performance to identify trends and patterns. This involves tracking the frequency and severity of risks, as well as the effectiveness of risk response plans. In P6 Primavera, you can use the Risk Analysis view to analyze risks and performance, and make data-driven decisions to improve risk management in your project. Effective communication is essential to managing project risks. You need to communicate risks and performance to stakeholders and team members to ensure that everyone is aware of potential risks and how they are being managed. In P6 Primavera, you can use the Risk Summary view to communicate risks and performance to stakeholders and team members in a clear and concise manner. Managing project risks is an ongoing process that requires careful planning, monitoring, and control. With P6 Primavera, you have access to a range of tools and features to help you identify, assess, and manage risks in your project. By following the steps outlined in this presentation, you can improve your risk management practices and ensure the success of your project.